Everybody, thanks for watching this video. I want to walk you through how you turn your story into a multimedia, internet, web-friendly version, and ultimately that you turn into a PDF. Essentially, what I've done is you have by this point in time gone into the transcription program, and you generated a nice little transcript. You went into Google Docs and you cleaned it up, and ultimately you are ready to do this final step. Now, what I suggest you do is make a copy of this document, and by doing so, you can, I will have done some of the work for you. For instance, you'll still have the logo there. And so all of your PDFs will look the same, and that's my goal. You can double click in here and turn it into your story by you and your partner. And therefore we've maintained the layout and the font design, so again it's consistent. And then unfortunately Slide does not allow you to do what some programs do, and that is to move your text around or your video around or your picture in this case and have it automatically format. You'll see what happens there. Luckily there is a nice little workaround. Essentially you're putting your text into these text boxes, and so what I did is I made one text box. It's the full width with 3 lines, and then I made a second text box where I continued with the transcription, and then I made a third text box down here with the rest. Now, this is a middle school story. I actually edited in WeVideo, 7th grade story. Your stories are probably going to be a little more complex. You actually may have 2 pages. You may have to do a second slide, but that's cool because it'll ultimately go in a PDF. It'll look fine. So the steps are, 1, create your boxes. Step 2, you're going to need to find the most compelling screen grab still shot from your story. I'm assuming you know how to do that. I essentially went into QuickTime. I found a shot that I liked. I made it full screen, and then I did a, this is Shift Command 3. I'll do one right now. Shift Command 3, and that would have put a freeze frame onto the desktop, but then I simply imported that as an image. So that was easy. And then you want to grab what you think is the most compelling thing that your interviewee said and create a little text box there. And I've done it already. In fact, if you copy and paste, it should maintain the same blue with a nice drop shadow. But you're looking for some kind of epic quote that you could pull out. And yes, that quote is repeated. So I never had a bad memory with racing, and then I have the same thing here, but that's okay. This is just sort of common print layout. You know, essentially that's a little soundbite that you're emphasizing. And then the last thing is you simply link you have to get the URL for your story, and you embed that into a link up here so that the viewer can, or the reader can read the story, look at the object picture. And I actually made that, if I go to present, I made that linkable so I can click the story there. And I just have to assume you know how to share and get a shareable link. If you don't, I can do a quick video on how to do that. But that's linkable. And also this little watch this video icon, I've also created a link. So when you make a copy of my document, you're going to have to, sorry, let me get out of this. You're going to have to, when you go to link, you're going to have to erase my link so that you're not linking to this story by my 7th graders. So you need to replace your link there, and you'll see the same thing here. If I look at the link, it's taking the reader to this story. Okay? So I'm hoping this makes sense. I'm making some assumptions that you know how to do a Command Shift 3 to make a copy from the video, and that you've worked your way through the transcription program. I think you better do that fine. Okay? The final step is what you're going to be turning in as a PDF. And so if you go to File, Download, PDF, that's what you're going to turn in. So I just created a PDF. I can go to Show in Finder, and if I double click, I now have a PDF that is all linked Oh, I did get my little play bar in there. I'm going to dock myself some points. But anyway, I just noticed that. It kind of looks cool. Maybe it's there because it's clickable. I guess that's why. Okay, forget that. And also you can click here and it's going to take us to the story. Okay, so I hope this made absolute sense. What we'll do for the rest of the year for the Cohort C people, 2 weeks, this, and then we'll go back to the amazing videos you guys have been making. I just upgraded or updated the Vimeo channel. Why? They are so awesome. And these would be cool too because we'll add these to our website, but I'll do that piece for you. Okay, as always, appreciate you guys. This is super great that we get to do this, something I've wanted to do forever and ever and ever. Finally, we have a reason to. All right, thanks guys.